To check for Windows updates, first you're going to open up Internet Explorer. Once you have Internet Explorer opened, under the Tools option, select Windows Update. This will bring you to the Microsoft Windows Update webpage. Here, you can select either Express or Custom Update. Express will allow you to install the high-priority updates that Microsoft has released, while Custom will allow you to select or exclude any updates that you wish to install. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to select the Custom Install. Once your computer is finished being scanned, you can then select or exclude any updates from the list. You then review and confirm that these are the updates that you wish to install, and select Install Updates. It'll then begin downloading and installing the updates that you have selected. Once finished, you may have to reboot your computer, or you can simply close the window. To ensure that there are no other updates after this, you can return to the Windows Update webpage and then run a scan once again. Here we can see our computer is now fully updated, and I can close the window because I've now finished my Windows updates. Antivirus programs should be updated and scan your computer regularly. In this example, I'll be using AVG Antivirus. Within this program, I can run updates to ensure that I have the latest virus definitions. Many antivirus companies will release updates multiple times a day. In this case, I can see I have no updates ready to download. I'll now run Computer Scanner and scan my whole computer in order to check for any viruses. These actions can be scheduled within the program. Scanning your computer for malicious software, otherwise known as malware, is important to ensuring your computer is running properly. In this example, I'm going to be running Malwarebytes Anti-Malware to scan my computer for malware. Before I run a scan, however, I want to make sure that my definitions are up to date. I'm going to go into the Update tab and then click on the Check for Updates button. It will then be automatically downloading and installing the latest version. Once I have the latest version, I can go into Scanner, select a full scan, and begin scanning my computer. I'm going to select my C drive, but if I had a thumb drive or a USB drive plugged in, I may want to include that as well to ensure I'm not infecting any other computers. Once Malwarebytes has finished scanning, it will report to you the number of infected objects on your computer. You then can go into Show Results, select or exclude any items that you wish to remove, and select the Remove Selected button, which will remove anything that is checked off, and then give you a report on what it's found and what actions were taken. It will then request that you reboot your computer to remove any affected items that need to be removed upon reboot. Select Yes, and it will begin a reboot of your computer. Cleaning off temporary and internet files is also important to ensuring that your computer is clean. In this example, I'll be doing that with CCleaner. Within CCleaner, I can select which files I want to remove. In this case, I've excluded cookies, because cookies are part of what allows you to stay logged into sites when you return to them later on. Once you've selected all the components that you wish to remove, you can then analyze it to see how much disk space you'll clip. Now that I know I'm going to clear off 63 megabytes, I can run into Cleaner, confirm that I wish to remove these files permanently, and it will proceed to remove them. Phishing is an email attack designed to steal passwords and personal information from you. When you receive an email, typically you trust that the sender is who they claim they are. However, a person can easily exploit that trust for their own purposes. In the case of this email, it appears that the recipient is receiving an email from your bank informing them that an ATM transaction has been attempted overseas. Further, they request that account information and personal information be provided to verify that you wish this to be prevented. However, when we look at the link's destination, we can see it goes to a Russian website that's designed to take all the data that you would put into the website's form at that stage, trusting that it would actually have been the yourbank.com website. It is a rule of thumb that no one will contact you requesting personal information, passwords, account numbers, security credentials, or anything else that is considered secure information that they should already have in their possession. These emails are typical of what is a phishing attack, designed to steal your information. When you browse to certain websites, you also trust the information that you're providing will be secure. To ensure security on a website, whether it is logging in or providing account information, you should always take a look at the top bar. Here we can see the tdbank.com address is preceded by an HTTP. However, when you go to click on the login, it brings you to an HTTPS website. The S signifies the security of the connection that you now have in this web browser. To the right, you can see the identified by VeriSign symbol, and clicking on it, you can pull up website information that confirms that this is in fact a secure website and it is owned by TD Bank based in Portland, Maine. Ensuring that your connection is secure is important whenever logging into a website, whether it's a banking website, your email, or simply an online forum or chat group that you regularly log into. Without the security certificate, it is possible that the website could be subject to security breaches. This security certificate is important to ensuring that your web browsing is secure when you provide personal information and log into websites.